Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Today I wanted to go over E.H. Taylor single barrel, give a review on that. I also like to kind of go over the first quarter numbers for the comparison versus the state of Alabama versus the 4 Target stores that I have in Georgia. Just kind of tell you what percentages I've spent. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of parading all the bottles out every quarter, I'll give you a percentage of what I've spent at that store based on those 5 locations. And then at the end of the year, kind of do the big recap, because some stores are going to start off really fast. Other stores are going to really peak towards the end of the year as the allocated bourbons come in. And then some stores are just going to kind of fizzle out, and I'll kind of give my mentality and thinking behind it. So let's go ahead and we'll talk a little bit about E.H. Taylor. This is a Buffalo Trace product, mash bill 1, single barrel. It is 100 proof. I did a short video on this the other day. Really enjoyed it. I love the smell of it too. See what we got here. Get the nose on this. Get some good honeys on the nose on this. Some citrus on there. A little bit of oat. A little bit of baked bread maybe in here. Get a lot of honey. Get the pepper in here. I'm getting a lot of orange on this. You get kind of the citrus in the nose, but I'm getting a lot of orange on the palate on this one. Getting some caramels. Nose gets a little more floral on the nose. Also get some vanilla on the nose. I'd say about a medium finish with the pepper towards the back on this. Very good pour. I've really liked this bottle. I just broke into this bottle the other day. Really liking this bottle. It's something that's a bit hard to find in this area. I found 2 in this area so far this year. One of them which I'm enjoying now, and the other trying to figure out if I'm going to bunker or trade it eventually. Not quite sure. But also want to kind of go over the numbers for the first quarter. Alabama ABC, you see how they do their daily and their quarterly lotteries. I've gone to every one of those so far, and you're able to purchase 2 things at a time when you do it. One off table 1, one off of table 2. Can't get 2 of the same thing. But they're nice items. If you decide to invest the time and energy in it, it's definitely worth going. You get good camaraderie. You get people that you can meet to maybe work with or trade towards other things you like or help other people out. But you also get to talk to people that enjoy the same thing that you do, and it's a very interesting thing. So with Alabama ABC this quarter, only 3.38% of my money went towards purchases at Alabama ABC. Got some good bottles, but you're not going to get a lot of bottles, and you have to invest time in it. So it's something that, every, I think it's 3rd Saturday of the month, I'm up early. I'm heading out there at 4 or 5 in the morning to wait in line, invest in 5 or 6 hours just before the store opens up, so I have the opportunity at some bottles. And unless you're going to spend the night there, you're probably not going to get some of the premium bottles up at the top. But did find some nice bottles altogether. Second place came in at Midland Package. This is one of my Triple B stores, Better Bourbon Brothers stores. And this is a store that I enjoy going to. Manny, the owner there, is a super nice guy. It's based on relationships and things like that, how you're doing your business there, how much he sees you purchasing. There's no point system there. But as he sees you going through and making purchases and stuff over time, he kind of gets an idea of things that you like. And if he has something that's allocated, he just may set it down on the desk there or on the counter as you're getting ready to check out to say, hey, this is something I think you might be interested in. He's not marking it up or killing you on it. I was able to get two really nice bottles out of there in the first quarter that I really was glad to get and wasn't expecting. One of them was a Stag, and the second was a 17-year Dickel. And I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting either one of those. Came in very, very nice, but I think that this is a store, as the quarters, in the second quarter, I see the potential there and the relationship base there, that I'm going to invest more of my money there in the second quarter to see what that brings and see where we're going on there. As far as money, which kind of really surprised me, the third store is the store that I call my mistress. That's the Columbus Bottle Shop, the bottle shop here in Columbus, Georgia. So in third place for where my money went this first quarter, the bottle shop came in at 19.51%, which kind of shocked me because I'm in there a lot. They have always got very nice store picks. They've got a big selection of things. But the one thing that I'm not getting out of there is allocated products. The one allocated product that I've got out of there has been an E.H. Taylor small batch. But it's not something that, as much as I'm in there and I own every single one of their store picks, and I purchased a lot in there in that first quarter, I'm not getting a lot allocated there. So what that's telling me in the second quarter is I need to throttle down on what I'm spending there. I'll go in for their store picks because they always do a very good job, but I'm not going to expect anything allocated. And as far as their bourbon drop days, I've got a lot of very mixed reviews, most going towards the tougher sides of things that, within 15 minutes of posting it, they've got lines that are, down the road. And, so somebody's giving them something kind of information, or somebody's saying something to somebody. And they've even had people that pay people to stand in line. And this is from someone I truly respect, say that they've been there in line only to find out that people ahead of them have been paid to be in line to purchase certain things. So getting allocated out of that store is really limited for me. I don't see if I want to get something allocated out of that store, that it's going to happen for me. So, I'll continue to support the store. I think that they have awesome people. I think they do great business, but I'll be strictly there for, barrel picks or something, something rather than that. Other than that, I'm going to put my money towards the stores where I can get some of the other products that I normally can't get. So I suspect in the second quarter, that budget of 19+% is going to drop in that second quarter because the reality that I'm going to get something allocated there is not there. Will they have great bottles and great store picks? Yes. Will I get something that would be considered a unicorn? I don't believe it's going to happen. I don't know what that is I'm getting now. There's almost like a little bit of spearmint in there. The more I drink this, the more I like this. So surprising me when I did the numbers for first quarter is what came in second place. And this was one of my triple Bs. And I'm actually going to have to reclassify this now. This coming in second place was Maple Party Shop. So absolutely love the crew out at Maple Party Shop. Matt, Danny, all the crew out there doing a fantastic job. They run a point system, which I'm a big proponent of. I like point systems. They know their customers. They understand what you purchase and what you like there. So what they do in turn is when you've racked up a certain amount of points, they see something that that's come in that's allocated, they'll give you a call and say, hey, this is something you might be interested in. Are you interested in it or not? And I was interested in it one time. They had an antique 107. I was like, yeah, I really like that. And I was able to get that basically at MSRP. And I got that from my son-in-law. And they've called me on some other things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm interested in that, or no, I'm not interested in that, because I've got that, but I want to give somebody else an opportunity too. And they appreciate that. They've got great testings out there. I've been out there with them before and got to test some really nice things with Matt. And they are very forthcoming on what they're trying to do, how they run their business. So I'm going to have to reclassify them now from a triple B, and they're not a mistress, but they're a full-fledged fair now. Because they're a place that I have an emotional connection to, and they've got great products. So now I'm fully vested in them, and I kind of see myself spending a lot more money there in the second quarter because of the point system, because of I want to see their business succeed, and I see how they operate with their customers, and it's very personable to them. Not to say that any of the other stores aren't great, but this gives me an opportunity to build rapport with people. They understand me. I always feel like Norm from Cheers when I walk in there. It's a very nice feeling. So I anticipate that in the second quarter, I'll be spending more of my percentage of money there and at Midland, just because of the relationship based, and realizing that there'll be some give and take there. As I'm spending money there, they're also going to open up some allocated products for me, and I'm at a point in my collecting where the allocated products are really, really important to me, because I have a collector's habit too. So I'm really looking forward to that, to see where that goes in the second quarter. And I really feel with Maple and with Midland, third and fourth quarter too, it's going to be a boom. But let's see what second quarter brings first. First place, which may surprise a lot of people because I hit them so hard at the beginning of the year. Phil out there has been awesome for me. I like him. I like his store. He's got some heavily allocated things, specifically at the beginning of the year, that I paid more than MSRP. But you have to remember, for them to get product, they have to purchase a certain amount of other products. If you're going to get your Buffalo Traces or your Eagle Rares or some of the allocated Wellers or some of the William LaRue Wellers and stuff like that, you're going to have to buy a lot of Wheatley vodka. You're going to have to buy a lot of Fireball and other things in turn to get those. So the only way that they can turn around it and try to become profitable as a business is they're going to mark up some of the things that people are going to come in and hunt for. If they gave it away at MSRP, they're going to have a stockpile of Wheatley vodka in the back room, and they're never going to get rid of it. And all you're doing is pleasing one customer, not making enough profit to then sustain your business. So I do understand the strategy behind it. There have been talks with Phil about potentially doing a point system, which I think that would be awesome. And if you've seen some of my earlier videos from the beginning of the year, I pulled a William LaRue Weller out of there, 2 of them. I pulled 2 Old Fitzgerald 19s out of there. I pulled an Elijah Craig 18 out of there, Knob Creek 18 out of there. I pulled some fantastic bottles out of there. Now that pool's kind of running thinner right now as I've kind of gone through that, but he still has other products that are great prices, but he doesn't maybe have the barrel selections that other stores have. Now, I realize in the second quarter and third quarter that I'm probably not going to spend as much there as I'm going to spend at other stores, because he's probably not going to get in the unicorns that I might be looking for at that time. But in the first quarter, I really went overboard. 46.82% of my money went to Wild Bills. Now, I see that dramatically decreasing in the second quarter. Not because I don't like what they have there. It's just because what they have there is something that I already have now. And so I'm very selective now. Now, I did make some other purchases that I'll be showing later this week from there, which will bump up the number a little bit in the second quarter, but I kind of think it's going to flatline unless something really extravagant comes in. So that's kind of my numbers for the first quarter, just in percentages. I try not to give dollar amounts. State of Alabama, You invest the time, you're going to get some nice bottles, but you're not going to get very many. And I didn't spend very much money there because of that. Midland package, starting to really like the relationship base there. I plan on spending more money there in the second quarter to see how that yields for me. Not Wild Bills, but the bottle shop. This is something that I spent a lot of money there, but it's starting to decline right now. There's not the pull to get there because I've owned everything that they have there that I want now. And I'm not going to really have an opportunity at allocated products. Moving to Maple Party, I pulled some very nice allocated stuff out of there, pulled some great store picks out of there. The team there knows what I'm looking for. And right now, I'm not going to disclose, what it is until the end of the year. But right now, I pulled my favorite bottle of the year out of there. And it's something that, because I have a collector's nature, it's huge for me. But I also have a feeling that as I go farther into the year and the more time I invest into them, they're also going to give me opportunities for great products. Looking at Wild Bills, I've spent a lot of money first quarter. Kind of see that kind of slowing down second and third, maybe picking up fourth quarter as allocateds come in, but we'll see. But that's just how I'm looking at those 5 different areas, state of Alabama and the 4 stores. I know I'm long-winded on that, but I wanted to give you just kind of an overview where I was at for the first quarter. Colonel E.H. Taylor single barrel, I'm liking it more and more as we go. Orange, maybe a little bit of fruit or bread in here. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you for everything you do. Remember, at 500 subscribers, we got another gift coming out. You guys get to pick the gift. I'm looking forward to that and doing the drawing. Thank you all and have an amazing day.